Hey guys, welcome to another mixing video. Today I will show you how to get sick guitar tones for filthy breakdowns like this. How I work when mixing very dense songs and large projects is that I work in different sessions. So here we are in my guitar tone session, which I then bounce out into the main mixing session. So that's why there are only guitars in this session. And if we take a listen to all the guitars soloed, this is what they sound like. I have some tips for you today how to make your breakdowns really pop and get that super heavy feeling that distinguishes them from the rest of the track. So what we have here is basically only double-tracked guitars, which sound like this, the main guitar tone. And this is made up of different things. We start with the Dr. Drive plugin, which is a free distortion plugin, which emulates the Precision Drive by Horizon Devices, which is an amazing pedal. We use the actual pedal for Carved from Stone guitars, but it's a very good emulation. Gives it a little bit of drive. Then I am pushing quite a lot of mids and highs from the guitar because I thought the DI was a little bit dull. So this pushes these frequencies into the amp. Basically like a pedal before the amp. Then the Gojira plugin is just for added effect sometimes where I want to add some fatness. I use the pitch. It's turned off completely right now. The main amp is the Omega Granifier, which is an amazing amp by Neural DSP. Settings look like this, feeding into the Petrucci plugin, which is completely unnecessary because it's just acting as an IR loader. Probably I had the Petrucci on at some point, but then switched to the Granifier, but kept, yeah. But the IR is using Bogren Digital's down-tuned pack, which I really love the sound of. So before any more processing, this is what the tone sounds like. And here, like if I remove both the drive pedal and the EQ before, you can hear the difference. Adding some drive and some presence. You get this sound, which sounds really good when you have a lot of palm mutes. Next, we are moving into some tape emulation and multiband compression to tame those palm mutes a little bit. Making the guitar tone a lot better and then taming the fatness a little bit. And lastly, it's just an EQ, which looks like this. It's mainly this part that is annoying. It's something that I notice whenever I use the Granifier plugin. I always need to scope this a bit. So yeah, that's the main guitar tone. But then is what is really interesting in the video, and that is the layering. For the entire track, I am layering this main guitar tone with what I call the low bus, which is using the Gojira plugin to pitch down an entire octave using the pitch shifter pedal. Otherwise, it's exactly the same tone. And I'm just scooping a lot more of the lows with this EQ. And that sounds like this. So layered with the original tone. And I export these separate so I can add volume to the low bus whenever I want it to be extra fat or I think it lacks some heaviness. I can just add this in. But then to get some even more heaviness, it's this one, which is insane. And I just gotta add that this is just using 2 guitars, so it's just 2 performances, but I process them in very different ways. Yeah, same story here, pushing a lot of mids and upper mids into the amp to get this really sound, which is really what I'm after here. And then I'm using the Rabea plugin, which has a preset, which is the Filthy Saw Octafuzz, that I'm just using straight out of the box, but using the same IR as before to tie all the tones together. EQ, I'm just removing a little bit of high mids here. I will process these tones more in the finished mix. This is just to sculpt it to where I know I want it to be approximately, but I'm not doing too much because I want the freedom in the mix later to adjust them. You can hear the difference when you go from the section before into the breakdown, how it really accentuates these like the really scratchy palm mutes, which sounds really heavy. And then it's just this guy, which is using the same tone as before, exactly the same EQ and everything. It's just using the Petrucci plugin before the amp to transpose it up 1 semitone using the amazing transpose feature. If I remove it, it's exactly the same tone. And then I added its so it's a semitone above, which is a really usual trick you do, which gives it a lot more dissonance. I will boost it in volume a little bit and you will really hear it. This is blended into the mix halfway through to really push it over the edge and give it a dissonant feeling. It's not super obvious, but you can really feel it. And if you know what to listen for, you will hear it. So once again, all of the finished guitars played. And in the finished mix, it sounds like this. So that was my tutorial how to get really filthy metal breakdowns using different guitar tones. The track is from an upcoming EP from the band Mothaltar, which I highly recommend checking out. Until next time, see you guys.